Well, now with Rob Paternostro, well, congratulations first of all on the BBL Cup. Does it seem like a long time ago?
Yeah, it does, but looking back on that day, that was remarkable for us. Things weren't going to plan for us as far as offensively. Missed a lot of shots throughout the game, no doubt about it, but the toughness and the desire was there all the way through. And then Drew made some big shots for us down the stretch. We got some good defensive stops. And it was a fantastic moment for not only our guys, but for the supporters as well.
And the weekend after, well, pretty unusual to lose 2 games back-to-back. First of all, the Lions game at home, that was a tough one, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, tough one. I mean, coming off the Cup final, we expended a lot of energy in that Cup final. I think anybody that's played in a Cup final before or coached in a Cup final before understands the amount of preparation and energy. So when you looked at the schedule and you said, hey, we got 2 games coming up against 2 teams that are playing well, you knew it was going to be challenging. And we expected that from the Lions. It was a really good game. I think there was like 16 lead changes, back and forth. The difference in the game for us was we turned the ball over 20-plus times, 23, I think. And, if you do that in this league, you're going to have a hard time winning. But with that being said, if we made a few shots down the stretch, we could have won that game. Give them credit. They did make the shots. Rod Brown made a couple good plays, and it was just a good BBL game. And, unfortunate for us, we came out on the losing end.
But still looking good in the table anyway.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it's all to play for there, and there's a long way to go. You can't get hung up on the table. I mean, I've said that time and time again. You can't get hung up on the table too early. You got to see where you're at, the last month or 2 of the season. So we feel good, and we just have to come out and keep working hard in practice. And, this week we've had a really good week of practice.
Well, if the BBL Cup's been good for you, perhaps the BBL Trophy hasn't in recent years. And a tough one at Cheshire. You were in the game, though, till the final 10, weren't you?
Well, look, man, I mean, you get off the floor at 10 o'clock on Saturday night, and you got to get on the road again to go to Cheshire Sunday. So it's interesting how that works out with it being a trophy game to have to play the night before. But, other teams occasionally have to do it too. It's a different animal. But again, that Cheshire team's playing really well. And in some ways, going up to Northgate and seeing the support they're getting, because they've been struggling to get the support throughout the season, but that game was played in front of a capacity crowd, and the atmosphere was tremendous. And we had a good first half. We were in control, but second half turnovers again let us down. But a minute and a half to go, we're in a tie game or so, and Reggie Middleton for them made some big baskets, and we were unable to make some big plays. So 2 teams that we played, 2 games that came down to the end, and unfortunately 2 losses for us.
And how would you say Mike Black's settling in now?
Good. This week's been a good week for him. With the Cup final and all that stuff going on, it was hard for him to get any kind of rhythm. Had a couple bumps and bruises here, too, that slowed him down. But he's had a good week this week and getting acclimated to all our stuff. So we're looking forward to taking the floor this weekend with him, and we think that he's farther along.
I remember talking to you at the beginning of the season about Birmingham coming back. You're going there. That will seem good, won't it, this Saturday? Obviously, they're struggling, but I think their coach is saying that they're improving as a team as well.
Yeah, they are, and you watch their games and you can see that, and they were in a game last Sunday. So, for us, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're taking the same approach every week. We don't look at the team's record. This is a game we're focused on, and we'll be ready to go. And for me to go back down there, I'm looking forward to it. It's not the same venue when I played, but I think there'll be a lot of the same people down there. And, my first time in England in 2000, Birmingham was a good place for me. I really have a lot of friends down there, and I'm happy to have a team back, and I'm happy that those loyal supporters get an opportunity to watch basketball again.
And I guess the teams like, Surrey, who had their first win the other week, and Birmingham, it's a question of improving as time goes on, isn't it?
Yep, but to be honest, John, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on winning that game and winning the game and doing whatever we can to win the game. And that's what we'll keep doing, no matter who we play, when we play. I think it was important to have a good week of practice for us. After the Cup final, like I said, we had a hard time getting everybody on the practice court. It was a really difficult week going into last weekend. But this weekend, still a few maybe that haven't had a full week. But for the majority, we've been out there, and I can see a lot of improvement.
Yeah, looks fit and well squad as well, which is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go overboard and say that everything's perfect as far as that goes, but that's the BBL season. I think there's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. Injury-wise, there's a lot of times that you have a full squad, a lot of times you don't. But for us this week, the main thing was getting on this practice floor and getting better.
Okay, great. Well, now with Jay Couisnard. Well, Jay, first of all, quick reflection on the cup final. As I said to Rob Paternostro, it seems like a while ago, but nice to get that win again.
Yeah, you know, cup final always a good experience, you know, a good scene for us, and came out with a win, which was great, you know, a good experience, like I said. Good comeback from our guys, and good effort for 40 minutes. So.
Yeah, and like you say, a good comeback, because at one point you must have felt a bit out of it, did you? How did you feel in getting into that last quarter?
I mean, we never felt out of it, you know. We every game this year, we know we're still in the game when it's coming down 4 minutes, no matter what the deficit is. So down 11, I think it was a timeout. Coach called a timeout after they scored a dunk, I think, down 11. And we all just said, we've been here before. We've been down by more than this with this much time left before. So, you know, we just knew we had to just play good defense. 11 points, that's not a lot of points with 4 minutes to go. You know, there's only like 3-4 stops in a row. So we knew we could do it, and we obtained it. So.
And, last weekend the London Lions and up to Cheshire didn't go well for you. How do you kind of reflect firstly on the London game?
You know, we took one to the chin, you know, this weekend. You know, since my 2 years here, we never lost back-to-back games, and we probably never lost 2 games in a span of 2 months. So, you know, losing this back-to-back games this weekend, you know, is something new for us. So, but like you say, all champions, you know, we got to come back stronger than what we were before. You know, you get knocked down, you got to get back up and play again. We ain't going to throw in the towel, so.
And I guess the BBL Trophy game coming off the back of the London game was tough anyway, because a quick turnaround there.
Oh, no, we've been in this situation before. We've been in a lot of back-to-back tough games, you know. It's been worse than that before, you know, but we come out with them wins during tough games usually, but this time the ball just didn't bounce our way this time. You know, we caught a bad little weekend, bad little punch, you know, to our face. But we got to come back. We got both of them teams again this year, and we're going to remember the losses. You know, we're going to come back stronger next time.
How do you think Mike Black's settling in here?
Oh, yeah, he's circling. He's getting in good. You know, he's finally learning the players and the plays, you know. So he's finally getting a little rhythm, you know. He made some crucial shots against Cheshire. So it was a good sign for him, you know. We just got to get back in the sync of everything, you know. We got to get everybody gel back together and just get everybody on the same path. And
I guess after that back-to-back losses, it's kind of re-establishing things in training with the coach and everything.
You say what? I was distracted by some.
Yeah, you were distracted walking by. Yeah. But I guess
Reese Haggard.
I guess you're really working hard in training, given what happened last weekend as well.
Yeah, you know, it's not just because of what happened last week. You know, last week we took some losses and then we came back to training. You know, but even when we win, you know, we find a motivation to come back and practice and play as hard. So we practice hard every week. You know, coach got us doing the right things every week in practice. You know, that'd be our toughest games in practice. So. You know, it wasn't no difference coming back this week than last week. We play hard and go hard 100% of the time, every time.
And how are you feeling about your game at the moment?
What you mean?
How are you feeling?
Oh, you know, he's just like everybody would say. You know, there's room for improvement. There's a lot of room for improvement. There go another rude teammate, Barry Lambo. I don't like him. But anyway, there's a lot of room for improvement. You know, I get better with shot selections, making shots, and cut down some of the turnovers. That's just one of the biggest things that's hurting the team right now. So.
I'll just say that Barry Lambo just walked by, that's why he said that. Birmingham away this weekend, obviously a team struggling at the bottom, but they're improving from what we hear.
Yeah, it really don't matter what their record is or if they're struggling, because right now we're struggling as well. So it's 2 teams trying to crawl back to the top and trying to do something for the club, trying to get some wins. So we're both in the same position, you know. Us and Birmingham, we're both coming off losses this past weekend, so that's how we look at it. 2 teams fighting to get at the top.
At least it's a short journey.
Yeah. That helps. The 45-minute hour journey helps. It helps a lot.
Okay. Good luck with that.
All right.